Dr. Tony, this next question relates to children, Asperger's kids coming of age. And it reads, Dr. Tony, we have a son with Asperger's syndrome, and we have been given the opportunity to assist our local county here in the United States in designing a group home for people on the spectrum. In your travels, have you run across what you feel is an ideal home or an example of an ideal home for young adults on the spectrum? And to you, what might qualify a home as ideal? Could you share the name of that home that we might be able to contact them for more information in the building of the home here in the United States?
Okay, Craig, that's an interesting question. I think if you look at autism and Asperger's syndrome, there are a number of characteristics we've looked for. The first is the opportunity in the accommodation to have privacy and space, single room, but also possibly a separate area for that individual, perhaps in their room, to watch television, make a little bit of food, etc. So they've got their own parcel or enclave within that environment which they can retreat to should they need to. So it's also space in terms of high population density can be a problem. They need to be able to avoid certain social situations and enjoy being on their own. The next part is related to group dynamics. Often a group of people are put together because of, should we say, political expediency reasons, but not necessarily checking that they actually get on with each other. Mm-hmm. And like any group of, say, students that get together, there are going to be group dynamics. If you have everyone at the same level, then there's going to be lots of competitions for who does what, etc. So you're looking for an equivalent faculty in terms of different roles, different functions that work together as a unit. So my view is that the decision on who lives there is based on their personalities rather than what's convenient for the administration. The next is support, and the staff need to know about Asperger's syndrome and have some degree of training and be consistent. Those with Asperger's to a great extent don't like change, not only changing routine, but changing people, as it takes them so long to get to know someone. So my recommendation is once you have those staff, they need to be trained and to be as consistent as possible to help that individual. Over time, the emphasis is on that person learning greater independence skills, etc. And so it may well be that they can then have an opportunity to acquire skills that may not have been acquired in the past. And I also find that many with autism and Asperger's who have had quite difficult and challenging behaviour during adolescence with all the hormonal changes, etc., can emotionally stabilise and then respond much more positively to programs. And that's often programs of an educational value. So if that person is after school leaving age, it wouldn't necessarily be the end of their opportunities to learn. In fact, they may learn better because they are more mature and calmer.
Mm-hmm. Have you found any particular school or home in the United States that you could hold up as an example of what you would consider an ideal place?
I don't have one in particular. I am sure there will be. I would just suggest that people find out a little bit of information. But once again, I think the person with autism or Asperger's needs to be a person who's consulted with regard to the decision so that they feel that in their agreement they want to make it a success rather than it was never my choice, and then it may be very difficult to be successful.
Yeah, and from that point on it will be difficult. Thank you again for being a part of this discussion.
Okay, thank you, Craig, and farewell to those who are watching.
And thank you, Autism Hangout listeners. We'll be back again soon with another installment in the Ask Dr. Tony series. Good day.